Major retired Suleiman Sumba is a military Taekwondo master who served in the Kenya Airforce as a logistics officer and also spent some time in Darfur as well as Sierra Leone as a Disarmament, Disintegration, Rehabilitation officer. Nisi Imano spoke to Sumba, who shared his journey on how he rose through the ranks before his retirement for greener pastures. That is the story on this week's episode of Military Tales.
Major retired Suleiman Sumba was born in Kakamega in the 1960s and grew up in Nairobi's Eastlands area.
A lot of activities in sports. I was a good boxer, a good footballer. I lived with my parents, here in Nairobi, before I went to Kakamega.
Suleiman graduated from the Mombasa Polytechnic with a diploma in mechanical engineering in 1988.
In between, I worked as a supervisor, plant maintenance at the Kenya oil refinery in Mombasa.
But his interest in the military that began as a young man still grew within.
I used to see people in the uniform, the parades. We go to Jamhuri and see the parades, the planes flying, and we used to walk up to Isili then and just watch the planes from outside.
He was recruited to the military in 1989 as an Air Force cadet officer.
After the normal ground interview, then you are taken to train as a cadet in Lanet, Combined Forces. Training for flying involves so many things. Involved the IQ, the reflexes, and the handling of the equipment, the weather part of it.
He came out of training in 1990 as a second lieutenant.
I was deployed to the military logistic branch supply. That is where I grew up as a supply logistic officer. In the military, whether you are in supply or there are other operational duties that you have to do, aside from the professional. You must engage in training the troops. You must go to operational courses. You must go to combat courses. You must go to peacekeeping missions.
Major Sumba went on his first mission outside of the country in the year 2000.
I was the sector DDR, Disarmament, Demobilization, Rehabilitation and Integration officer. And I doubled also as the Civil Affairs officer.
Major Sumba found himself between the proverbial rock and a hard place.
We have piled a lot of explosives. We are in an enclosed stadium. So if this man happened to detonate or throw the explosive, will perish all of us. By luck, fortunately, that day I had a lot of security personnel from Nigerian troops and from Bangladesh troops. So one of the corporals from Nigeria, I think he was nearby, and I don't know how he managed to, I thank God he managed to get hold of that, the two combatants, they managed to get hold of them before they released the grenade.
Sumba also served in Darfur, deployed as a logistical operations officer.
Coordinating logistics to the troops, the forward troops in the field, all those things that are needed for the operational concept.
It was after this mission that he handed over his early resignation.
A lot of reasons. One, I was tired. Two, I wanted to look for other greener pastures in the civil world. Four, I thought I had done enough. I joined the Kakamega County government as a minister. I served in the Ministry of Lands and Urban Planning as the minister there. I later on served as the Minister of Culture, Sports and Gender.
Major retired Suleiman Sumba served in the Kenyan military for 24 years. He retired in the year 2012, joining sports and politics. He is the current president of the Kenya Taekwondo Federation. For Prime Edition, I'm Nisi Emmanuel.